Welcome back. I have Alon Blatt and Dr. Addie Ron, who's with a new organization called NiaMedic. They are going to be having a grand opening over in the Saddleback Memorial Care Medical Center. Well, welcome both of you, and congratulations on your new venture.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having us.
So I understand that you started in another country. Can you tell me how that came about?
Absolutely. So we started a company in Israel.
Okay.
Israel has been at the forefront of cannabis research for quite a while now.
Okay.
And we saw that that was the best place for us to kind of grow the knowledge and understanding and help bring it here. And when we came to Laguna Woods, we fell in love. That was the vision of the idea, to show how cannabis can help us grow older better.
Okay.
You know, focus on the quality of life.
Okay.
So we're very excited.
Well, now we have heard that there is an awful lot of cannabis use in elderly, and some people are completely getting off of their regular medications. So if someone was to come to you and say, you know, gosh, I've been taking 7 different things, how can I change what I'm doing? What would you advise them?
Absolutely. So first, you know, every patient that comes into the clinic, we have to understand that there is no magic pill. What we do is we go through a comprehensive medical assessment to understand, you know, the patient as a whole. And then we're able to customize the treatment for them. And in a presentation that we did in UCLA, we showed a study that we were able to get over 50% of our patients off opiates.
Wow.
So that's not a case study. That's not a fluke. Thanks to the protocols that our medical team under Dr. Ron have developed, we're able to see how people actually stopped using all the opiates and stopped dealing with all the side effects that come with the use of these pharmaceuticals.
Okay, and how long have you been doing the research in Israel?
Well, our head nurse has been working for the last 10 years. She started all working in a nursing home about 10 years ago, and along the years she got more and more experience. And I'm in the field for the last couple of years. I'm a geriatrician, and I see mostly older adults, and my experience is amazing. I mean, you know, changing all kinds of medication to cannabis, because as you know, lots of the treatments we give older adults, for instance, for dementia and Parkinson's, they either not that good or they wear off after a few years. So it's really a new opening to start using cannabis. And as long as we see the good results, we start to share it with the others in a medical and professional way.
Okay, so obviously it's a little bit different. I mean, we have recreational use, and so when someone comes to you, you're going to evaluate everything that they've been doing. So are you going to be working with their existing doctors, or are you relying on the individual to come in with knowledge?
Absolutely. So what we do is we're not inventing the wheel. Right now there is, we've been sensing in the healthcare system here that there's a disconnect between the different physicians, people who go to the neurologist and then to the cardiologist. And what we do first is we ask every patient to bring all their medical history.
Right.
So we have a very good understanding, and then we see the patient, we do go through, as I said, a conventional geriatric assessment, then we customize the treatment, but then we also include 1 month of case management.
Oh.
So people don't feel like they're on their own in this process. In cannabis, unlike other medication, the customization is extremely important. And after 1 month, what we do is then we have a report that we send to the primary. So the primary is a part of the loop.
Okay.
You know,
because cannabis, it's not like, you know, you have a headache, you take aspirin, and 1 hour later you feel better. It's a process.
Okay.
You cannot just, take this, bye-bye, it will work for you.
Okay.
It's a process. You have to titrate slowly, especially when we treat older adults. You don't want them to, you know, get high and then say, well, cannabis is not for me after one time. So we have to do it slowly and titrate up and follow the patient, talk to the patient.
In
so
a
that's
medical
what
way.
That's
the important thing.
Well, right, and then so let's talk about how you would process a prescription for them. So you would evaluate them, and then you would say, okay, this is what we recommend. I mean, what would be something you'd say?
Absolutely. So what we do is once we understand what's right for them, then we will recommend, we'll tell them based on our experience, we've been seeing that these compounds in this product can help the patient's specific needs.
Okay.
And then they will go, we don't dispense anything, just like any other doctor's clinic. We don't have a conflict of interest. We don't have any interest basically in what they're getting. We only care about what's going to be beneficial for the patient. And from us, they're going to dispensaries just like they would go to a pharmacy.
To a pharmacy, okay.
Exactly.
So you don't, so you're giving them the advice to say, okay, this is what we recommend based on your research and your studying. Then they would take that prescription and they would go to we have various dispensaries, right?
Exactly.
Okay.
Right, because for pain, for instance, many patients come in for pain. So it's a little bit different than the way you treat, for instance, spasticity in Parkinson's.
Okay.
So we would recommend, okay, for pain, you have to start first with this and this CBD in order for the body to, get used to cannabis, and then you must add the THC, because if you will not have the THC, you will not have effect on pain.
Right.
So we know, and in different disease, you have different ways of treatment. So that's what we tell them. And then they go, as Alon said, to bind the...
And we had the privilege of already seeing many patients here at the village. And yes, we did the pilot. We got unbelievable results.
Okay.
And people are always saying, cannabis, I'm afraid of getting high.
Right.
Getting high is a side effect. It's not unique to cannabis. If you go to your cabinet and take 5 pills of a random bottle, you're going to feel something as well. So we treat, getting high is a side effect of the treatment. And I can tell you from the study that we presented, only 6% of our patients reported to feel any type of psychoactive sensation throughout the 6 months, meaning 94% got all the benefits without getting high.
Good. Well, it sounds very interesting. Let's talk about the grand opening that you're going to be having coming up. That's going to be on Wednesday, which would be tomorrow.
Yep.
That will be at 3 p.m. So give me a little overview.
So we are very privileged to have our medical director from Israel, Dr. Ron, arriving for the great opening.
Okay.
And it's also we're gonna have Dr. Stuart Silverman, Professor Silverman, who's also going to be presenting, as well as our head nurse from Israel in Balsikoin.
Okay.
And we're going to basically share with with the audience, what is cannabis? Why? How long has it been outlawed? Why? And how does it actually interact with our body? We're going to learn about the endocannabinoid system. And we're also very privileged. At the same day, we're doing the same type of lecture, only in a more training setting for the hospital staff.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh,
CME.
fantastic.
A CME, yeah.
Oh, that's great. Well, that
Yeah.
sounds very interesting. Well, good luck.
And we showed the data that there is, because people say, well, there's no data. There is data.
Right.
Maybe it's not perfect, maybe it's not enough, but there is, and we're going to show the data.
Perfect.
And
hopefully help the community. We love seeing how there's a different way of living and not being victimized by conditions, and we are so happy to come to the neighborhood.
Well, welcome both of you.
Thank you
good
so
luck
much.
to you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
you.
And remember, if you wanted to go to the grand opening, that's tomorrow, and that will be at Wednesday, December 12th, tomorrow at 3 p.m., and that's at the Saddleback Medical Center, Conference Room 1. We'll be right back.